We were looking at measure 55, or the pickup to measure 55 today, which has so many G's in the soprano line and so many F's. And because there's so many, and if you all did them all the same, the melody would be jarring. It would be too much of the same G, 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 F, 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 E. So you have to decide which of the G's is the most important that you're directing your playing toward, and which of the F's you're directing your playing toward. And I would say there are appoggiaturas that are threading right through the G, 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 F, 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 E. So when you have the G finally going to the F and you have the F finally going to the E, that's probably where you should be directing your attention. And the other notes are floating toward those appoggiaturas, which means upper neighbor falling down into resolution notes. And if you blocked the two voices, you could see where you're probably going. That's a suspension. It was a dissonance and a resolution. This is not dissonant, but now this isn't dissonant, but it's leaning less because it's appoggiatura falling down by half step. The first one's very definitely that, and then this would be top. See that you're leaning on the GF, the G of the F, and the F going to the E, you're leaning on the F over the E. So you blocked it. Now if you unblock it, you do it really even. Now these are double stem notes in the alto, so you have to hold them over 2/16. You're still thinking you're going toward this one flow and this one. In my opinion, that's probably what I would do. So you have to kind of float the ones that are non-essential to the appoggiatura. The left hand has, these pairs of eights that are sighing pairs. We decided that this piece has so many pairs of eights running through it, and they're sighing, more often sighing when they're falling down, as in the beginning. But that's threading through the piece right from the start. So that when we got to all the G, 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 F, F, E, we could see why. That the ear has already preserved the memory of the descending eighth notes in pairs. Sigh, S-I-G-H, the sighing. So as we lead into this, we're going. At least we know that's what we're hearing without poking anything out, just leaning a little bit. Some other places we worked on was where there were the ornaments. We're practicing that the upper neighbor to the principal note isn't lost, but it's in an inequality, almost more leaning toward the upper note. So we compensate for it getting crowded. A very steady left-handed conductor hand. That's how slow I would go for practice. Roll the left hand. That's how slow I would go for these ornaments for practice. Yeah. So that you don't lose the presence of mind, that just because you're going to play quicker in a quicker tempo, that the presence of mind for all of the ornaments, all of the notes and the repercussions are all very equal, no matter what tempo, that they don't get swallowed up, chewed up, or where you don't breathe through them and they get squeezed in. If we're going a little quicker, decided that the left hand has to be very steady. Some other places we worked on today, we worked on the duet of the alto and the tenor and the bass, the duet between the tenor and the bass against this rolling group of 16th notes, groups of fours. And so we decided that we don't want to poke the first of the four broken chords because they're rolling into the broken chord. They're not falling down hard on the first note. So they're rolling into, falling down, and the thumbs are not making hiccups. Thumb rolling up and rolling down, thumb rolling up and rolling down. We want to ta-da-da, lean less, lean less, lean less, lean less, lean less. You know we have to hold that D down, hold the D through the B flat, but still lean on the B flat. Ta less, hold the E flat through the E flat. So that's important too because we're bringing out the pairs of eighths and not ignoring that through the texture there.